Alright guys, so we are back for the next part in the top 10 units of every typing. Last time we did AGL, so this time we're going to move on to the tech typing. Now, this is going to be kind of my personal top 10, and, you know, for the 10th spot, I do pick 3 units I feel are worthy, so really this is more of a top 12-ish, but that's fine. Also, a big criteria with me, I do want to point out, is categories. Like, units that are on many categories for me will rate a little higher because they're more viable and you can use them in more situations. It's like it's a more valuable card to pull, right? So, Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is on 4 categories, top tier categories, and he's a top tier unit on 4 top tier categories. So, that puts him very high for me. So, let's go ahead and start with tech. So, in the 10th spot, we have Cell, we have Golden Frieza, and we also have the adult Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So, Cell, I would say, is pretty much an underrated unit at this point. His attack and defense 12% for every key sphere obtained, combined with his, S rank in the potential system where his stats just get so high. Look at that. He gets nearly 16,000 attack. Like, it's insanely high. And 13,000 defense, that's ridiculous. That's literally higher than some LRs. So, Cell, with a couple key orbs, is able to tank. And if he gets a lot of key orbs, he will be able to hit hard as well. Now, again, right now, Cell is in, like, the 10th position on this list. In a few months' time, after his Extreme Z-Awaken, he's probably going to shoot very high up this list, depending on what buffs they give him, and he will be a monster. But even now, he's still pretty good. Alright, so now we'll move on to Tech Golden Frieza. Now, a lot of people have always kind of had a lot of issues with Tech Golden Frieza. He does do immense, which is nice. And then he does reduce damage by 70%, and he gets a 70% attack buff when his HP is 50% or above. So that does lead to a problem, though, with this Frieza, where if your health is below 50%, he is worthless. He can't reduce damage, and he can't do damage. I think this card would be perfect, absolutely fine, if it was damage received minus 70% when HP is 50% or below or above, and he just gets an attack 70% buff at the start of turn. If he can still do damage when health was 50% or above, he would be a very, very solid unit. Even so, when you consider how useful he is in various modes like Extreme, Z-Awakening, Super Battle Road, and Dokkan Battlefield, I do feel as though he was definitely worthy of this spot. And of course, he did just recently get a new category in the Movie Bosses category, as well as being a good unit on the Revived Warrior category. He actually works very well on both categories as a partner for Cooler and a partner for Angel Golden Frieza. So this Tech Golden Frieza is a very solid unit. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Adult Gotenks. Here we get to our first basically exclusive unit. As of right now, this guy is exclusive to the Japanese version of Dokkan. Now, we have no info on if it will come to global or won't. Like, there's literally no, like, answer right now. Like, I'm almost leaning more towards it won't now because, like, the Heroes cards have, like, had so long to come out. Like, they should have been out for, like, over a year now, and they still have not come out. The Heroes cards might remain exclusive to JP, and the other world cards, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and Paikuhan, might remain exclusive to global. That might be just how it goes. This guy is pretty good, though, because he does supreme damage and raises attack for 6 turns, and he gets attack 100% when performing a super attack. So that's very good. Like, he's going to be able to hit very hard, and of course, he has fantastic links. Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, Over in a Flash, Lent Regan Form, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle. So he's really good on a Fusion team, a Hybrid Saiyan team, and a Super Saiyan 3 team. All those teams, he is a very, very solid unit. 12K multiplier, though, is only 130%. That is a little low. Definitely would like that to be a little higher. But he is definitely a unit worthy of being in the 10th spot. So now we move on to kind of like the proper, top 9 here. This is Heroes Mission Tapion. Now, Tapion is, I think, a lot better than the AGL Tapion because he gets attack and defense 80%, then he has a medium chance for his attacks to be crits, which is a 30% chance. And he changes SCR orbs to rainbow orbs, which is fantastic for both LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku and TEQ Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Absolutely, like, incredible. He also does lower attack on his super. His links maybe aren't the best, but he does, Hero, Experienced Fighters, Courage, Revival, Brainiacs, Rival Duo, and Fierce Battle. Fierce Battle, Revival, and Experienced Fighters are 3 links he will be able to activate quite frequently. Experienced Fighters, in particular, will help him a lot in terms of LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then also, well, he only does share with, like, the Baba Shop Krillin and Paikuhan and Future Gohan. So mainly it's a link for him to link up with LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like, make him a good partner there, which is pretty nice. 12-game multiplier is 145%. Damn, that's really high. 25% chance to get a crit. Is that true? I thought it would have been more like 30. Every couple months on the Dokkan sub, they do kind of pull the actual numbers out of the database, so I'd love to see it, but I feel as though it's a 30% chance, not a 25% chance. He also is on the Revived Warrior team, where he's a pretty good unit, because, again, he can still get key. Like, this actually will help out, believe it or not, for, like, LR Broly, LR Bojack. LR Macho Vegeta doesn't really need the help getting supers, but orb changers are always good around LRs. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of Tapion, and we'll move on to the 8th spot. Now, here we have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now, I'm actually not the biggest fan of this unit, because in a lot of the situations you're going to use this guy, he's actually only going to be doing extreme damage, because his 9 and 10 key super is immense, his 11 key super is immense, but his 12 key super is only extreme, which hurts a lot to only be getting extreme like that. And he does do attack 120% when performing a super attack, which obviously is very, very high. But, like, on many of these teams, like Fusion or Super Saiyan 3, all the fuckers, like, have over in a flash. So it's going to be kind of hard to, like, really consistently get the 11 key super. Well, actually, on the Super Saiyan 3 team, I do think it probably won't be that difficult to get the 11 key super, because it's pretty easy for physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But, like, Fusion team is going to be meh. I don't know. I guess the Hybrid Saiyan team, it probably won't be that tough to get his 9 key super. That's kind of, I think, the big good thing about this unit right now, is all these categories this fucker is on is very, very positive. Not really much else to talk about. 140%, 12 key multiplier, not bad. He's a strong unit, but he's just from an era, like, an old era. And obviously he does also have a direct upgrade in physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So he's good, but there are better options now. Next we have Merge Zamasu. Now, I actually probably would have put this guy behind Super Saiyan 3 TEQ Gotenks, except for the fact that Merge Zamasu, as of right now, is still the only... Well, there is another Merge Zamasu, but it's only an SR, a farmable SR. This is right now, like, the only Merge Zamasu in the game. So, like, if you're going to use this guy on any teams, like, this is the best Merge Zamasu to use. Whereas Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, the physical Gotenks is a superior option. Obviously, this Merge Zamasu is pretty good, though. Attack 120%. He does lower attack by 10% for super type allies, but it's not really that big of a deal. I would say the damage he brings to the table outweighs the 10% debuff for super type allies, so never really worry about that. He has really good links: Nightmare, Godly Power, Fear and Faith, Fierce Fighter, Big Bad Bosses, Dismal Future, and Fierce Battle. Really good links. Godly Power, of course, will help him a lot on the Realm of Gods team. And then, of course, he has a pretty good unit on the Realm of Gods and the Patara team. 12 key multiplier, only 140%. Man, they really went low with a lot of those units from that era, huh? Overall, a strong unit, but I would say we are definitely, ready to get a new Merge Zamasu. A new Merge Zamasu would be pretty fucking sick. Alright, so we move on to... What is this? This is 6? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. So here we have the 6th unit. This is Super Saiyan 3 Broly. He is the Extreme Tech leader. Now, I did have a lot of trouble kind of figuring out where to put this guy. And I did decide to slide him a little above Merge Zamasu. I don't know. I feel like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, Merge Zamasu, and Super Saiyan 3 Broly, for me, they're kind of interchangeable. I guess I will put Super Saiyan 3 Broly above Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but like it's closer than I would like it to be, because Super Saiyan 3 Broly hits really hard. Really fucking hard. He gets 100% attack at the start of turn, and then he gets 12% attack and minus 10% defense for every key sphere obtained. So he can hit so stupid hard. The problem is that, like, you need, like, good defensive units to beat the tough modes. Extreme Z Awakening, Super Battle Road, and Dokkan Battlefield. Making Broly, it's like, oh, cool, I have Super Saiyan 3 Broly, but in the spots where I really need him, he sucks. So, like a normal Dokkan event, any fucking unit could take out a normal Dokkan event. His damage is nice, but, like, his defensive, like, loss is not really a big deal in, like, a Dokkan event, you know, because you're just going through a fight. But, like, going through one of these really difficult long stages, Super Saiyan 3 Broly is nothing but a hindrance. I think, without question, he is the worst 120% leader because he has such a significant drawback. He is pretty good on the Super Saiyan 3 team, but he lost a lot of relevance on this team once LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku was introduced on this team, because you want to prioritize getting the 18 key super for LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who has Over in a Flash, and Super Saiyan 3 Broly does not have Over in a Flash. He has Prepare for Battle, making him not a good unit to run on the Super Saiyan 3 team anymore. You'd only run him if you don't have LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which, to be fair, will be many people, because LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku is an unfeatured LR, and yes, global players, I can pretty much guarantee he's going to be an unfeatured LR on global as well. He's too good to, I think, make featured. Although, they did make LR Goku Black feature, but I don't know. We'll see. His 12 kill multiplier is 150%, which of course is very good. And of course, he is the Extreme TEQ 120% leader. Alright, so now we'll move on to the number 5 unit, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. There's not really a lot to talk about with this guy. He's just a hard hitter, that's it. Immense damage, he has a rare chance to stun. He gets 120% attack at the start of turn, and then he gets an additional 20% attack per rainbow key sphere obtained. Another reason why Tapion can be so useful on Super TEQ. Links are pretty good. Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Over in a Flash, Limb Breaking Form, Revival, Fierce Battle. And of course, he is on 3 categories: Revived Warrior, Majin Buu Saga, and the Super Saiyan 3 category. That's another reason he's so useful, is because, again, units like this guy and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, who are on all these different categories, very, very valuable. Because, you know, let's say you're targeting... So let's say you're a global player. You really want to get Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, you're free to play. You use 150 stones, you don't get Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. But what you get 2 copies of this guy. You did good. Like, this is still a really good card to get, and he's good on several different category teams, so he can really help you. That's why I tell global, like, free-to-play global players to, like, definitely wait to summon on, like, banners until they have, like, discounts or their crazy banners like TEQ Vegito Blue. Because let's say, you know, that same global player has 150 stones and he's going to use it on the LR Bojack banner, and he pulls Int Golden Frieza and STR Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Awesome. Those units are not really that relevant nowadays. Like, it's just a waste of stones. You know, but if you get... Like, it's one of those things where the LR banners, unless you get the LR, you get fucked. When on Dokkan Fest banners, you don't need to get the main Dokkan Fest unit to do well for yourself. So that's why I always recommend free-to-play players to kind of aim more in that direction. His 12 key multiplier is 140%. That's another reason he sometimes feels like he hits a little weaker than, like, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Okay, pretty good unit, though. Next, we're going to have a very controversial pick right here. Here's TEQ Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Now, here's the thing. TEQ Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is like the second hardest hitting unit in the game. I believe so. I believe only LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku out damages Super Saiyan Blue Vegito here. He hits that ridiculous. I think that's the case. It's been a while since I've seen, like, the hardest hitting units list. I don't think they've done an update for quite a while. But this guy is, like, dumb OP. Like, he raises his attack and defense, I believe, by 20%. Yeah, 20%. every time he super attacks, and he does immense damage. Then his passive, he has a great chance to launch up to 2 additionals. The way I think it works, he has a 100% chance to do his first additional, and then the second additional has a 70% chance of activating. And then each of those has a chance to become a super attack, which is a 30% chance. And then his attack goes up by 15% every time he attacks. So every time he super attacks, he's going to raise his attack 20% with his super, and he's going to raise his attack 15% with his passive. So very quickly, this guy will be steamrolling fucking events. If you have this guy at like 100% or 2 dupes, he is insane. Like, I'm not hating on him. I'm not bringing that down at all. He is a monster. And look how fucking high his attack gets. 17,000. That is so high. But here's the problem. This Vegito, unlike every other Vegito up to this point, is kind of a glass cannon. He doesn't really have a lot of defensive viability up until he supers several times, because he does increase his defense by 20% on super attack, but he has no way of blocking damage, no way of preventing damage. So he will rack up damage very, very quickly. Again, I talked about kind of the drawback of Super Saiyan 3 Broly. This is different because, TEQ Vegito Blue just doesn't have any extra defensive bonus, whereas Broly actually reduces his defense. So that's really bad. The other thing about TEQ Vegito Blue is his links. Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Warrior Gods, Power Bestowed by God, Fuse Fighter, Over in a Flash, and Fierce Battle. Them changing this Vegito Blue, most of the other Vegito Blues all had, the physical Vegito Blue had Prepare for Battle and Over in a Flash. Then they gave this fucker only Over in a Flash. That hurts. That hurts a lot. And then they decided to give LR Vegito Blue, they gave him Prepared for Battle instead. So, I don't know. If this guy had Prepare for Battle, I probably would put him in the 3rd spot. He is obviously incredible on Realm of Gods and the Potara team, but because he doesn't have Prepare for Battle, flat out, I just think the LR Vegito Blue is a better unit to use on the Potara team, because the best unit in the game is, LR Super Vegito, who is the leader of the Potara team, and their only key link really is Prepare for Battle. So, you're going to want to Prepare for Battle unit alongside these guys right here. So that's why in many situations, I do prefer the other Vegito Blues over this guy. This guy is a monster, though. I'm kind of like downplaying him right now, but he is one of the best units in the game, no doubt about that. And of course, him and SCR Rose Goku Black are the only units in the game that have the 160% 12 key multiplier, which is crazy. Another reason both of those guys hit so damn hard. All right, so move on to the 3rd unit here. We have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I am a gigantic fan of this card. Maybe too much. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with this guy over TEQ Vegito Blue. But Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta brings so much to the table. I just feel you can't overlook it. Like, he's the fusion category leader, right? But they have since added a new fusion category leader, LR Super Gogeta. But here's the thing for a lot of people. This is a good thing. If you have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but you did not pull LR Super Gogeta, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is still a real category leader. 3 key and HP attack and defense 150%. Then you could bring a friend, LR Super Gogeta, who's fusion category key 3, HP attack 170%, and then defense 130%. Like, you could bring a friend of this guy and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and bam! There you go. Like, you have your fusion team. Like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to be so good for, like, free-to-play players who either skip the LR banners, which I know it's crazy. I know it's wild for me to say, but I think the 3 anniversary banners on Global, a lot of players would be better served summoning for TEQ Vegito Blue or SCR Rose Goku Black, just because the LR Vegito and Gogeta banners just have so many units on there, and so many bad units as well, old-ass units, that you can't really get a lot of value from, whereas the TEQ Vegito Blue and SCR Rose Goku Black banners don't have that. So That is something to keep in mind. On Gogeta Super Attack, he greatly raises attack and defense, which is a 50% buff for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. He gives himself attack 120% at the start of turn. He lowers extreme type enemies' attack and defense by 20%. And then he has a 70% chance. It says high chance, but it's actually a great chance. 70% chance of evading enemy super attack and countering with tremendous power. He is stupid broken. And his links: Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Shocking Speed, Over in a Flash, GT, Fierce Battle, Fuse Fighter. This guy would be like the fucking best unit in the game or something. If instead of Kamehameha, if he had Prepare for Battle instead, this dude would be wild. But still, one of my favorite units in the game. 12 key multiplier, 150%, and of course he is on 2 categories. Shadow Dragon category, unfortunately, is not really viable anymore because no one ever fucking runs it. Because this category, of all the major categories, this category has like the lowest amount of units to run. It's just not great. It's really not great. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. So, all right. Now we'll move on to the number 2 unit. Again, I'm sure this is going to be very controversial. People are going to disagree with this a lot. But we have LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku right here. LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku is the hardest hitting unit in the game. That fact. Done. It ends right there. He is the hardest hitting unit in the game. There's no way to discuss it or anything. It's just the way it is. Because his 18 key super does mega colossal damage and greatly lowers defense. And his passive is at the start of turn defense 120%. And then he gets 180% attack when performing his ultimate super, and he lowers his defense by 70%. So, what it means is, like, a crazy passive is, like, attack 120% on super attack. Like, Full Power Frieza has that. Super Saiyan 3 TEQ Gotenks has that. You know, LR Trunks and Goten have that. 120% on a super. This fucker has 180% on an ultimate super. So, it's insane. The amount of damage he can put up, no other unit comes close. I actually like what they did with this card. They made an interesting card because his 12 key super, he does not get anywhere near that amount of damage. His links are pretty good too. Super Saiyan, Experienced Fighters, Kamehameha, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, Shouting Limit, and Legendary Power. So, no complaints there. He, of course, is only on the Super Saiyan 3 category team though. Which I think does hurt him a little bit because you can only really utilize his power on the TEQ Vegito Blue Hero team. You could do it on the Super Saiyan 3 team or Super TEQ. Now, he is a monster hitter, but the number 1 unit here is able to do everything. This unit is just very, very insane. LR Goku Black and Zamasu, because 12 key super, they do colossal damage and raise defense by 30% for 3 turns. 18 key super, they do mega colossal damage and raise defense by 30% for 6 turns. From their passive, they recover 15% health at the start of turn. And every time they get attacked, their attack goes up by 30%, up to a max of 120%. So they can get hit 4 times to get their max attack. And their links are insane. Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Prepare for Battle, Dismal Future, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. This is like a top 3 unit in the game or something still. They have no weaknesses. They're an invincible card. Like, their defense will get so high. Their defense is 14,000 rainbowed, 11,000 at the free dupe level. Their defense will get so high. If you get 2 of these Concerto Slashes back to back, their defense will get so stupid high they won't take damage. They're recovering 15% health. They're doing 120% damage. They're linking up perfectly with all the units on these teams. They are just dumb. Easily for me, the number 1 TEQ unit. Now, again, LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku will hit a lot harder than LR Goku Black, but the healing, the defense, the healing and the defense really is what I'm putting LR Goku Black over them for. I just love this unit. So, in retrospect, here's what we have. So we have Cell, Golden Frieza, and Super Saiyan 3 Adult Gotenks. That's 10. 9 is Tapion. 8 is Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. 7 is Merge Zamasu. 6 Super Saiyan 3 Broly. 5 Super Saiyan 3 Angel TEQ Goku. 4 Super Saiyan Blue TEQ Vegito. 3 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, 2 LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and number 1 LR Goku Black. Feel free to tell me I'm a fucking idiot for my list in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and later.